Hi guys, Noelle here. Allison had reached out to me and asked me to just record a quick video with some Facebook party tips and tricks and some things that I found to work really well and that have helped make a lot of my Facebook parties really successful. I actually, since I started, I joined in late May and had my first party, I think at some point in June. And I've actually only done Facebook parties. That kind of just happened, I guess by mistake, not mistake, but just kind of happened that way because I'm living in Pennsylvania right now while my husband finishes his residency program, and I don't have like family or anything around here. So doing my launch party and getting my first few parties to be in-home parties would have been pretty tough. So I just kind of started doing Facebook parties, and now that I've done a bunch of them, I've been able to really kind of fine-tune my process and find things that have worked really well for me that I just wanted to share. So eventually I'm hoping to really break into the Philly market and do in-home parties. But for now, I'm doing a lot of Facebook parties and really liking them and just how convenient they are for me, and then also for the host and for the people attending. So I have some notes in front of me too, so if you see me looking down, that's what I'm doing. So first off, once the host and I have decided on a date for what I like to call the interactive portion of the party, it's usually during the evening. I always stick to Monday nights through Thursday nights. I don't like to do Friday night, Saturday night, or Sunday night, just because I feel like on weekends, that's when people, including the host, have plans and they're doing things with their families and that sort of thing. So attendance at weekend parties that I have done, even if they are just online, has not been as good as a Monday through Thursday, because Monday through Thursday people are probably home anyway. We typically do that hour portion from 8 to 9 so that if they have kids, usually your kids are in bed by 8. So I find that really has been one of the reasons my party's been successful, is just the day of the week that we pick and then the time. So that's a really big, important piece that I think is really important. So we select that date and that time, and then once we have that finalized, I send a message via Facebook to the host that has the host rewards for the month of their party, so that they can just, again, see what they really want to shoot for and what they can earn if their party is really successful. And then I also send them the hostess checklist, which just gives them, tips and ways to really make their party as successful as possible. As we all know, it's not just, on the consultant to have a successful party. It's also, the host plays a huge role in that. So sending that checklist, I feel like, is a really good reminder of what they need to do in order to help make their party work. So at that point, I don't create the actual Facebook event until 10 days before that date of the interactive portion of the party. And the reason I do it 10 days before, I think that that's a really good time frame, because it gives the host over a week to get everyone invited, and for her and I to start getting everyone excited for it and start posting things about Norwex in the event itself. But it's also not too far in advance that the host invites people and then they get the invite and they forget to RSVP, or even if they RSVP, yes, they forget, to check the party for things that have been posted and all of that. So I feel like 10 days is close enough to the party, but not too far out. So I've just found, and I've played with doing it like only 5 days before. That I found is definitely too close to the party date and not enough time for everyone to RSVP and really get excited about the party. And then I've also done it where someone's booked a party like a month in advance and I create it right away and they invite people. And then it seems like everyone gets excited at first and then, you know, there's still 2 weeks till the party and people kind of lose some of that excitement. So 10 days I have found is a really good time frame. So I create the party invite. I always make it a private party. I make the host of the party the co-host within Facebook so that they can then go and invite people. And, I tell them to start inviting people. In the actual invite, I always like to have a really good cover photo, so a really good graphic, depending on if the host has a specific theme that they want to do. Like I've done some, like, you know, the wine and shine and that sort of thing. But lately I've had some hosts for some of my parties who just say, you know, whatever theme you want to do, you know, I don't really have anything in particular. So I've just been going with like a fall in love with Norwex theme. So I just make sure that like that cover photographic is really, you know, catches the eye and looks fun and exciting. And then when I create the invite as well, in that like more info section, when you create an invite where you can put the information about the party, I always do, it's like a paragraph and it's the same little blurb that I use for all of my parties that basically is just like, you're invited to, you know, learn about Norwex and how to save time and money and save the environment and make your home a safer haven and all that kind of general information about, you know, the Norwex mission, just so that people, when they get the invite, they can have an idea of what exactly this party is for. Especially if no one's ever heard of Norwex, you might get that invite and see that it's about Norwex and be like, what even is Norwex? So I like to include that. I always make sure that the party has an end date, and the end date is always 1 week from that, you know, interactive start date of the party, so that people have a full week after that evening to ask questions, continue looking at all the things that I'm posting, and really browse the catalog and find out exactly what they want to get. So I also create a post in the event right away that is basically like a welcome post. I tag the host in that and just say, you know, Sarah and I are so excited to, you know, tell you all about Norwex and help you learn about a safer, more effective way to clean. And then kind of give them almost like an outline of what the party will be like, because there might be some people or a lot of people who have never attended a Facebook party, so they might be kind of confused about exactly what that means. So I like to give them a little outline of like, hey, this is how it's going to work. You know, during this hour, we're going to be, you know, I'm going to be going live and posting questions, and you guys are going to be commenting, and we're all going to be interacting for that hour. But the party is open technically now and then for a week after the party date. So just again to give people an idea of like how it's going to work, because I know when I attended my first Facebook party, it wasn't through Norwex, it was I think for Usborne Books, I think. It was the first one I had ever been invited to, and I was like, so what do I do? You know, how does this work? So it's good to give people that overview. And I like to post that right away when the invite is created as well, or the event is created as well, just so that when people do RSVP yes to it, they can already, you know, see a, hey, welcome, we're excited. And that kind of helps get people excited right off the bat. I also really encourage the host to post a welcome message as well, sharing why they love Norwex, what products they like, and how excited they are to be hosting the party. Just because a lot of these parties, I don't know anyone that's being invited. They don't know me. They know their host, so they want to hear from their host. So encouraging the host to post something has been really successful. I have found, and helps get their guests excited about coming. So then for the next couple of days, I don't post anything after that initial welcome post. I want to just, you know, allow the host to have a couple days to get people invited, and, you know, kind of make sure that everyone has a chance to RSVP and all of that. I don't want to start posting too much in there before people have RSVP'd, because then they won't see it. So once we're officially 1 week out, that's when I begin to post things on a daily basis, at least once a day. So things I like to post, like the how you save money with Norwex graphics. I always post a demo video of myself using the EnviroCloth and the window cloth to clean butter off of a mirror. Just because the basic package is a great place to start, especially for people who are new to Norwex. So I always post that demo so they can get excited and see how it really works. I post information like the sponges are nasty article, paper towel stuff, before and after pics of using just an EnviroCloth and water to clean things in my home. I always post the monthly specials so that people can get excited about stuff they could get that's on sale. And then I post the catalog link so people can start browsing a week out. So I just keep posting that stuff first about 7 days before the party. The day of the party, I post a little something that's like post a funny cleaning GIF, and if you post something below here, I'll draw for a random gift during the party, and that gets people excited, and people start commenting and laughing and stuff because people post some really funny. I like to use Mrs. Doubtfire GIFs a lot, so stuff that's funny and gets people excited, and get them interacting before the actual party starts, which I think is important. And then the afternoon of, so usually if my party starts at 8, around like 4 o'clock that afternoon, I have a graphic that I just update and reuse depending on what I'm going to do that night, that just gives them the order of the events so they can see here's how this hour is going to be laid out roughly. Of course, it doesn't always go exactly as planned, but it gives them that outline. And then an hour before, so if my party's at 8, at 7 p.m., I just post, a little bit about reminders of how the party will work, reminding them to refresh their screens so that they're seeing all the posts as they come in. And again, just getting people excited, saying like, woo, only an hour until party time. And then from there, I start the party. So during the party, I post a few things, like chemical facts. At the beginning, we do like a roll call and have people comment about what they love to clean in their house, what they hate to clean, things that they usually use in terms of products, and, things that they wish they could learn more about, just so that I kind of know what the audience is going to be like in terms of what products. Like I had a party a week ago where most of the people commented that they love having really clean floors. So obviously my first thought was, okay, I'm going to really push the mop system because for some reason all these people love having clean floors in this party. So I find that helps me then be able to kind of tailor my message a little bit more, just knowing ahead of time what everyone at the party is really into in terms of cleaning. And then really the majority of that hour, about 40 minutes, I would say, most of my parties, is me live. So I think going live is the number one most important part of a Facebook party, just because obviously when you do an in-home party, you have that built-in interaction because you're there in front of people. But, an online party, you don't, obviously. So going live, I think, is the most important thing. It lets people see you, relate to you. They feel like, it's more comfortable. And they also get to see some of the products in action, which is obviously really important. So in that 40 minutes, I, introduce myself. I talk more about Norwex and how, the science behind it, how the microfiber works and the microsilver and all that good stuff. And then I just demo usually 3 or 4 of my favorite products at that time. I always open up though with the chicken demo, just because that blows people's minds and really hooks them in and helps people want to watch the rest of the live video. And then I always usually will do the body cloth right at the end. So I'll remove half of, my face of makeup with the body cloth. I like to do that at the end instead of like in the middle of the live portion, because then the rest of the time I have half of my makeup on and it kind of throws me off and I probably look weird to people. So I usually always do a chicken demo and the body cloth, and then a couple others. Lately I've been doing the kitchen towel a lot and the netted dishcloth, because I've been using those and loving those a lot lately. But really it'll change, depending on what I'm really excited about and which products are easy to demo, while I'm filming while I'm, live. Again, when you're in person, it's obviously a lot easier to demo more things. So I just try to demo whatever I can that is easy to do while just, on a screen. And then after that, I always end my live portion by saying, thank you, this has been great, all that good stuff. And then I always plug hosting. I always will say, so now's your time to shop. I hope you learned some awesome new things. Ask me any questions you may have throughout this next week. And also, if you even are considering in the slightest hosting a party, we can do it all online, just like this. It's super easy. I'll do most of the work. You just have to invite your family and friends and help me get people excited about your party, and you could earn a ton of stuff for free. And then that night, before I go to bed in the party, I always post the graphic for that month's host rewards too, and the next month if we have it out, depending on when the party is, so that people who are considering it can see, oh wow, I could earn all of that for free. And hopefully they had a good time during that interactive portion, so that they'll say, okay, it's pretty fun and I can earn lots of free Norwex, so why wouldn't I do it? So then that's kind of it for the interactive portion of the party. And then the party will be open for an entire week after that date. So I always, at least twice a day, usually in the morning and in the late afternoon or evening, I'm posting demo videos, before and after pics, information on products. So I always do like the descaler, the cleaning paste, the mop system, dusting mitt, mattress cleaner, what else? Kitchen cloth. Really anything that that I didn't get to demo live that I think is like a staple for people to have in their homes. I will then post about it throughout that week so that people know that there's more out there than just what I covered during the party. What else? And then whenever the party is over, so after that week, I always post in the party what the host earned. I always post what their total sales were, how many people bought from the party, and all the stuff that the host earned, because I think it's really helpful to help you get bookings. I've gotten bookings after posting that specifically, like within an hour. People will message me and be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe, Lauren won all that stuff for free just for hosting. When do you have dates available? I want more Norwex. So I think that really helps kind of, it's a nice way of closing out the party to really post what the host earned. And then my last step, or my last couple steps, are I always add all of my buying guests from each party to my private VIP group so that they can start seeing posts that are in there as well. And I've been writing handwritten thank you notes to every single buying guest and mailing them. It takes a lot of time, obviously, but I think that especially this day and age with technology and stuff, we don't really take advantage of kind of that more personal level of contact. And I think that that's really huge. I think people probably get those thank you notes in the mail and they're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe, she took the time to write this. And I think that it's helped me get some business. So I'm going to keep doing it. I know I appreciate getting a card or a thank you note, in the mail. So I think that that's helpful too. And really helps your party, even though it was online, helps it feel a little bit more personal too. And then I just do my normal kind of follow-up with people, checking in, making sure that they like their products and everything. So yeah, that was a lot. This was a lot longer than I was hoping it would be. I think longer than Allison wanted it to be. So I probably rambled a lot too, but I get excited about this stuff. So yeah, if you have any questions ever about Facebook parties, I'll be more than happy to help anybody or share what I've found to be successful, or help you talk through ideas or whatever, that if things that you might be, problems you might be running into, I can try to help as well. So hope you enjoyed, hope you maybe learned something, and I will see all of you guys at some point. All right, bye.